What's love according to the Bible, Emmanuel? James, what's love? We're going to change it up, but we're going back to the nation building. What's love according to the Bible? Not this oozy bumpy feeling you get when you hug a woman. What is love according to the Bible?
I can't give it to you according to the Bible.
You can't give it to them? Okay, we're going to give it. You know, James? Read it.
1 John chapter 5 verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
To love is what?
That we keep his commandments.
Read.
And his commandments are not grievous.
Love is keeping God's commandments. Just like I was talking about, how do we build a nation? There has to be laws. What he's talking to you about is order, right? Are we as black people, are we a nation? We are? What nation? Is this place a nation? Is America a nation?
No.
It's not. It's called America. We have, no, it's America. It's owned by Europeans. It ain't owned by us.
Right.
So this is a nation. We are not a nation. Because if you do, what a land of black is. Where is it? Where's the black people's land at? Africa. It's owned by white people because it's got a white name on it. Africanus, Leo Scipios Africanus. We don't have our own land yet, right? We striving to get there, right? This is our nation right here, but we ain't together as a nation. You understand that?
Totally
right?
understand.
Right. So we as a nation, how a nation should be run, it has laws. Does this nation have laws?
Bring it out.
What are laws for the black people at?
We're still fighting for them.
We don't have any. They started in the 60s. Do we really got any rights?
No.
We don't. We don't have human rights.
First of all, they don't acknowledge us as a people.
Right. They're all
Afro-American and
right,
all that
right.
ain't got nothing to do with
3/5 of a man. How you 3/5 of a man? So I see a whole man standing in front of me.
Right.
How you 3/5 of a man? It makes no sense, right?
Right.
How a nation should be run. Go to Titus 2.
Bring it out.
Right? We as a people don't have a nation. They put us in prison. Well, how am I going to put my own brother in prison if I have a nation? Unless he's done something wrong. Right? Titus 2:1. Right? So what I'm showing you, Emmanuel, James, that we don't have a nation. We're trying to get back to who we are. That's why we come out in the streets and show you that y'all come from the tribe of Judah. Right? Read 2:1.
Titus chapter 2 verse 1. But speak thou the things which become in sound doctrine.
Sound doctrine. What's sound doctrine? This is sound doctrine, right? The Bible. You gonna read it? Yes, right? So, what am I showing you, Emmanuel James? That we have to come back to God's laws in order to be a nation. To develop as a nation, right? Right? This nation building right here. Right? Leaders come out in the street to draw the people in and draw more people in, and then we become a mighty nation, right? Read.
Proverbs chapter 4 verse 2. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law.
He give you good doctrine, forsake not the law. That's the building of a nation. You have to have laws. Go back to Titus 2.
Yes, sir.
1, right? Read it again.
Titus chapter 2 verse 1. Speak thee thou the things which become in sound doctrine, that the aged man be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience.
Right. So, in a nation, you got the grave men, the men, they're in order, right? Right? So, in order for that to be order, right, there has to be somebody over us, right? Right now, we have the oppressor over us. We know who that is, the so-called who? So-called what? Say it loud, bro. I want you to say that on the mic. Say that on the mic. White man.
That's right.
See? So this brother knows he got some knowledge of who's ruling over us right now, because we're not ruling ourselves right now.
Right.
Right.
Verse 1. Speak thou the things which become a sound doctrine, that aged man be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith.
He said the aged man. You look at our old man now, they ain't teaching us nothing. When I was growing up, my pops and my grandfather taught me things. The men now, they trying to act like us. They trying to act like the young boys. Right? Verse 2.
Verse 2. That the aged man be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity and patience.
Read.
The aged woman likewise.
He said the aged woman likewise. Look at the women now. They're in the club with the sisters. the mothers are in the club with the granddaughters. Makes no sense, right? That's no order, right? There's no order there for us. Read.
That the aged woman likewise, that there be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine.
Not giving, she shouldn't be drunk. She can sip a little bit, but she shouldn't be drunk. Neither should the man. Read.
Teachers of good things.
The teacher of good things is what you have taught her according to the Bible.
That's right.
To teach the children. So when the boy get up at age, he know I gotta get with dad now. Right? Read.
That the woman teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands.
Teach women to love their husband. You see a whole lot of single women now.
Right.
See a lot of one-parent families, single-parent homes, right? And the women are bringing up the boys. How can a woman raise a man? It can't be done, right? A woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. Because she ain't a man.
That's right.
Right? So, our homes, our nation is broken right now. What verse you at?
Verse 5.
Read.
To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husband.
They're good, obedient to their own. You tell a woman that now, she say, what? I ain't submit to who? Right? In the Bible tells it, but Jesus is my Lord, but you won't submit to your Lord. Right? Your husband.
Right.
Right? But obedient to their own husband, they don't know what that is.
Right.
Even the older women now, you like, girl, you just do what you should do, though. It don't matter. It does matter. Then why you go to church?
Right.
What you go to church for? What verse you at?
Verse 6.
Read.
You get 1 Timothy real quick?
No, read 6.
Yes, sir. Verse 6. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded.
Young men exhort to be sober-minded, a clear head, right? Not out here drinking, partying in the street all the time, chasing this skirt, that skirt, this hole, that hole, so on and so forth, right?
That's right.
Go get Timothy for me for the women, right? So what we don't know as a nation is in the Bible. It's in the Bible. We say we go to church, you go into church, a sinner come out a sinner, right? You understand that, Emmanuel? James, y'all understand that? We go in one way and come out the same way.
You know.
You're supposed to go to church to change.
Right.
The church don't teach change. Read.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11.
Read out.
Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to use usurp authority over the man.
Right. The woman shouldn't be out here teaching. She
Right.
shouldn't be in the pulpit. Juanita Bynum,
Right.
George Myers, they all wrong.
Right.
And they sitting back behind their husbands teaching.
Right.
Out.
And he out of order.
Right.
And George Myers shouldn't be teaching. No, that ain't her book.
That's right.
Right.
That's a Caucasian woman telling black people what to do.
That's
Right.
right.
Well, Nina Bynum used to be a hoe. Still is to me,
Right.
right? Because she shouldn't be doing what she's doing, right?
Let me get
The
chapter
men, read that. The men have to step back into their place.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's why you see these men out here. Wait, we got, when cops roll up on us, but guess what? They leave.
That's right.
Why? Because we ain't doing nothing we shouldn't be doing,
Right.
That's right.
right? We come out here to show our people what the laws, statutes, commandments are. Hey, young old fella back there, come on up here and talk to us. We give you some of this wisdom too.
Yes.
All right, so what are we doing? Helping our people come back to who they are. Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1.
Read out.
This is the true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop,
If you decide to teach your people, basically that's what that's saying. Read.
he desireth a good work.
It's a good work to teach your people who they are, to build themselves back up as a nation. Read.
A bishop then must be blameless.
You gotta be blameless. You can't be sleeping with this hoe, that hoe, this woman, that woman, taking money from people, so on, such thing. I just pointed out the preachers today.
Right.
Figure it out.
I just pointed out TD Snakes,
Right.
Creflo Dollar,
Right.
all the rest of them. They taking people. Who needs a $65 million jet?
Right.
What preacher needs a $65 million jet? So I can go teach the people. Well, what about the people right there in Atlanta
That's right.
that's dying,
Right.
that needs you, but you flying to Europe to go teach somebody?
Read out.
The devil is a liar, right? Read.
The precept you want it.
Read that.
Micah chapter 3, verse 11. The hands thereof judge for reward.
Read it again.
The hands thereof judge for reward.
He said the heads thereof judge for reward, money.
Right.
That's what that reward is. They'll gather 50,000 people inside of a stadium and ask everybody for $100.
Right.
How much money is that?
500 million, 500,000.
$500,000. You have to pay TD Jakes to come talk to you.
That's right.
$50,000, $60,000, $80,000 just to talk to him. I ain't paying you jack.
That's right.
Right? I'll give you the word for free because it's given to me free.
That's
Right? The Bible tells you, freely I give, freely receive. Right? So, what are these preachers doing today? Not a doggone thing. Let God be true.
And every man a liar.
Let God be true.
And every man a liar.
Right. So, the truth is the Bible.
That's right.
What's love according to the Bible, Emmanuel? James, what's love? We're going to change it up, but we're going back to the nation building. What's love according to the Bible? Not this oozy, bumpy feeling you get when you hug a woman. What is love according to the Bible?
I can't give it to you according to the Bible.
You can't give it to them? Okay, we're going to get it. You know, James? Read it.
1 John chapter 5 verse 3.
Read up.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
To love is what?
That we keep his commandments.
Read.
And his commandments are not grievous.
Love is keeping God's commandments. Just like I was talking about, how do we build a nation? There has to be laws. Keeping the commandments is laws. Those are laws, right?
That's right.
Right? So that's the start of building a nation, is keeping the commandment.
That's right.
Loving your brother as yourself. Loving the God above everything.
Right.
Right? If you love God above everything, you'll pick this up every day.
That's
right.
You won't put it down. Because in Joshua it tells you that it shouldn't depart from your eyes.
That's right.
Right? So what are we reading? Everything else but the Bible.
Right.
We don't read the Bible. If you want to hide anything from a black man, where you put it? Put it in a book, because we don't read. And the Bible tells you that you're blessed that you read.
That's right.
Right? It tells us that, Joshua 1:8.
Yes, sir.
Right? So, you got it?
Yes, sir.
Read.
Joshua chapter 1 verse 8.
Read up.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
It said, this book of the law. People say, oh, they didn't have a book. Well, then what they wrote in?
Right.
You unroll something, don't make it not a book.
Right.
There's another word for a book, a scroll.
Right.
Right? Read.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
It said, there shall meditate therein day and night.
That's right.
So this should never not be on your mind.
Right.
This should never not cross your mind.
Right.
In your house, that should be. Not just sitting on the table waiting for Sunday. Sunday is the wrong day anyway.
That's right.
That's right.
Right? We got to read the Bible. Is that it on that?
No, sir.
Read.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
You may observe, look to see. Okay, can I steal? No, right here in Exodus says I can't steal.
Right.
Can I be a whore? No, it tells me there should be no whore in Israel.
That's
of the
right.
daughters or a sodomite.
That's
Bring it
right.
out.
That's a whore too. A sodomite is a whore too.
That's right.
Right? So that's why it says to not depart from you.
That's right.
Right? That's why that scripture says that. Right? We have to look. I said this before. 3 L's. I say, Emmanuel, you looking at me, right? Then I say, read that scripture, right? Go back to where you was before. Right? And I say, look, right? That's the first L. Then now I got your attention. I got you and James' attention. Y'all looking at me. Read.
1 John chapter 5 verse 3. For this is the love of God,
Read.
that we keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments, right? Now you're listening, right? Read.
And his commandments are not grievous.
And his commandments are not grievous, right? That it?
Yes, sir. That's
And
it.
his commandments aren't grievous. That means it's not hard to do.
Right.
It's not hard not to love your brother.
Right.
Right? It's not hard to not steal. It's not hard to not lie, right? Now, I gave you 2 L's, right? The third one. I said, look, listen, and learn. Did you just learn something? What you learn? About love, right? So the 3 L's. Look. I said, hey, Emmanuel James, look. Then he read the scripture. And you listen to it, right? And then now you know what it means. Now you know what love means. Those are the 3 basic things that we don't know to do.
Right.
Right. Bring it out.
Look, listen, and learn.
That's right.
It used to be reading, writing, and arithmetic. No, it's 3 L's, right?
Right.
Because in slavery, we couldn't write. We couldn't read,
Bring it out.
right? We damn sure couldn't do arithmetic because they made us dummies.
Right.
Right? So what am I showing y'all? What love is according to the Bible. 2 John 6. We
Bring it up.
ain't done with love. Read.
2 John, verse 6.
Read it up.
And this is the love, that we walk after his commandments.
But this is the love that we walk after his commandments.
Right.
That's right.
Right? Those are nation building things.
Right.
Right? Love, order, right? Those are the two of the major things that we have to do as black people. Right. Do we love each other as black men and women?
Nope.
Think about it. Do we? Say it again, bro.
Nope.
We don't, right? Why?
Everybody go. We go. I don't know.
Why? Why is it that we don't love each other?
Because of the Willie Lynch theory.
We were taught to hate ourselves.
Because of the Willie Lynch theory.
Right here.
And people still
Because you
believe
were
in
taught
Willie
that when you came over here on those slave ships,
Yeah.
right? And then they got a certain one, he's lighter than him.
Willie Lynch?
Willie Lynch. There you go.
Yeah,
The
Willie
brother,
Lynch.
he's reading, bro. You need to be on this side, bro. You need to be on this side, right? And we also, why we don't know who we are and why we don't know what to do as a people. Who do people say this is?
Bring it out.
Who? Is this Jesus? Is this what Jesus looked like?
Nope.
What did he look like?
Israel and
What did he look like?
black, brown skin.
Look to your left. Look to your left. What that say right there? People always look at this, but they never look at this picture. They never look at this picture since out here in all our videos. The first thing they point at is this devil right here. And I ain't come from him, neither did you. Right. Leonardo da Vinci's lover, right. Cesare Borgia.
There you go. I couldn't remember.
Pope Alexander the Sixth
Leonardo
son.
da Vinci
Was
was a painter. The one that
Yeah, he
Right,
painted,
that's it right
he
here.
painted a picture of his
Right
lover
here.
and they depicted it as Jesus.
Right?
They started using it as
Right.
Jesus.
He painted him as the new Christ. Right? Right here, you can see it's called iconoclasm. Painting over the black to make it what they gave you this Jesus. This is the depiction of our Jesus right here.
That's right.
Right? And it's in the Bible. The verse right on the bottom, but people come up here and they never look at that picture. You ask them who Jesus is, they don't even look to the left. This picture come out here with us every time. But people think this is Christ. Because you look in all the churches, that's what you see.
Yeah.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is